Boom. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Diamond Zone Thursday, Thankful Thursday. And a couple of things to start off with. I like to hear from you guys through chat, or if you want to text me, maybe different topics you'd like to see covered. Obviously, I have my repertoire of things that I go through. But if you guys want to write down of things that you want to see trained on, I obviously very open to that. So do that for me. And tomorrow is Friday, so we have Open Mic Friday and testimonials. So it's a very popular part of the week to hear from all of you guys, some of your backgrounds, how you got started. Maybe something that happened during the week that you can train on, a positive that happened during the week, just so people hear from people in the field. So we're going to do that tomorrow. So today, guys, I want to talk about inviting and a little bit about obviously what we face on a daily basis. But of course, don't forget about Denver. Denver is next weekend. So that's very, very exciting. Please make sure you get your tickets. You also know about Fort Myers, May 6th, at the Hilton Garden Inn. Those flyers exist at Hilo.life and World Changers. So please make sure and make note of that. Also, if you guys go to your back office, just want to make sure you guys know about this. I go to my back office, boom, and I go to website. Just wanted to let you guys know where to go for here. So you'll see that the new API apps come up, you know, the open API forum. There it is. If you click on it, if you click directly on it, expand the Hilo features with a tap, the Hilo App Store. Now, if you go up here to developers, because now they're accepting applications for developers that maybe want to put their apps on our Hilo. Obviously, you know they have to be approved, right? So this is where you'll go for that, Hilo LX for developers. So just go through this, guys. I'm not going to do a tutorial here with you, but this whole thing now exists in the back office. Just go through all these different things: overview, features, design, specs, tour. Very, very comprehensive. So the back office is getting really, really, really strong. So just FYI there, okay? Because I know there's a lot of people going, can we do this? Can we do that? Okay, yes, yes, and yes. But everything has to be approved. Okay, so I want to start off, and some of you guys have seen this, but I just think it's apropos to what we do. You know, a lot of people, every day we talk to people, and you know my theme, right? Every day we have to understand that the people that are taking this journey with us, you got to understand you're a different breed, right? You're people that have identified something, and you're on the track to achieving whatever goals you've set for yourself. And now you're going out there and you're talking to who? You're talking to the people that are stuck. And I just think this excerpt from Think and Grow Rich, now you got to remember when this was written, it was written in the 30s. But you just got to understand, people don't change. Now, I just want to read this to you, and then we're going to go into the training. Okay? If you've never read Think and Grow Rich, you got to get the book. Right? We talked about the 4 agreements yesterday, but this is the Bible of personal development. Okay? But just listen and tell me if this doesn't apply to some of the people that you talk to. The majority of people who fail to accumulate money sufficient for their needs are generally easily influenced by the opinions of others. They permit the newspapers and the gossiping neighbors to do the thinking for them. Opinions are the cheapest commodities on earth. Everyone has a flock of opinions ready to be wished upon anyone who will accept them. If you are influenced by opinions when you reach your decision, you will not succeed in any undertaking, much less in that of transmuting your own desire into money. Isn't this funny? 1930s. If you are influenced by the opinions of others, you will have no desire of your own. Close friends and relatives. Now, I'm gonna correct this phrase. While not meaning to do so, and I'm gonna say this, while others mean to do so, often handicap one through opinions and sometimes through ridicule, which is meant to be humorous. Thousands of men and women carry inferiority complexes with them all through life because some well-meaning but ignorant person destroyed their confidence through opinions or ridicule. You have a brain and mind of your own. Use it and reach your own decisions. If you need facts or information from other people to enable you to reach decisions, as you probably will in many instances, acquire these facts or secure the information you need quietly without disclosing your purpose. 1930s, guys. It is a characteristic of people who have but a smattering or a veneer of knowledge to try to give the impression they have much knowledge. I'm going to say that again. It is a characteristic of people who have but a smattering of veneer of knowledge to try to give the impression they have much knowledge. Is this amazing? Such people generally do too much talking and too little listening. Keep your eyes and ears wide open and your mouth closed if you wish to acquire the habit of prompt decision. Those who talk too much do little else. Those who talk too much do little else. If you talk more than you listen, you will not only deprive yourself of many opportunities to accumulate useful knowledge, but you also disclose your plans and purposes to people who take great delight in defeating you because they envy you. Remember also that every time you open your mouth in the presence of a person who has an abundance of knowledge, you display to that person your exact stack of knowledge or your lack of it. Genuine wisdom is usually learned through modesty and silence. Keep in mind the fact that every person with whom you associate is, like yourself, seeking the opportunities to accumulate money. I love this one. Keep in mind the fact that every person with whom you associate is, like yourself, seeking the opportunity to accumulate money. If you talk about your plans too freely, you may be surprised when you learn that some other person has beaten you to your goal by putting into action ahead of you. If you talk about your plans too freely, you may be surprised when you learn that some other people have beaten you to the goal by putting into action ahead of you the plans of which you talked unwisely. Let one of your first decisions be to keep a closed mouth and open ears and eyes. As a reminder to yourself to follow the advice. It will be helpful to copy the file epigram in large letters and place it where you will see it daily. Tell the world what you intend to do, but first show it. Don't tell me what you're going to do, tell me what you did. This is Think and Grow Rich, just one excerpt, 1930s. Now, isn't that amazing how things don't change? Okay? And so it's all about what? Putting into action what everybody wants to accomplish. And this is where people pre-qualify, guys. Okay, I did a call yesterday with somebody and they kept saying, well, it's not about the money. Okay, I don't need the money. Okay, and I know this person is not financially set, but you gotta understand that's their protection. That's their protection. I love this one. I just wanna help everybody. Okay, I do too, but I'm not a volunteer here. I'm not up at 7 in the morning because I'm volunteering my time. Okay, I'm up and I have a plan because Lisa and I have high goals. And I know the only way to reach our goals is to bring other people with us. Yes, I'm not here to save the world. Okay, I'm here, and the people that want to take the journey, I'm going to give all the effort and all my energy, right? And hopefully some people will see that desire and want to follow. That's it. But I have to tell people, I have to let people know where we're going. And this is really the essence of our business. Okay, and so when we start to pre-qualify, okay, and we start to say, well, this person will, this person won't, I'm going to tell you right now, there's people, and I said this yesterday, I'm going to say it again. If we don't work with urgency, other people will be talking to the very same people that you have pre-qualified. And you're going to see it happen. I'm telling you, you're going to be able to walk into a venue and you're going to see people that were on your list in somebody else's organization. And you know what? Here's the message I want to send to everybody. Don't get mad. Use that to create urgency. Okay, because I'm telling you, with what's happening with World Global Network, there's some fearless people out there just talking to everybody. And so there's a way, guys, and I want you guys to know that we have to be very professional in the way we invite, right? Because everything you do is what other people are portraying they have to do. And I love this. I had a conversation with Dan Mays yesterday, and you guys all know Dan. Dan is always, he does a lot of these calls with us. But, you know, Dan has a lot of experience. And he called me yesterday and said, Jeff, you know what? I want to do a three-way call with you. Dan doesn't need me to do a three-way call. Okay, he's very seasoned. He doesn't need me. He goes, but let me tell you what I'm doing. I'm just going back to basics because I'm bringing somebody into the business and I want him to understand how simple this business is. I don't want me to be the reason why people get involved. He said, I could close him today, but I want him to see the process of which we do the business. So when he met him at the bar, okay, he started to talk about, obviously, his story, right, that intrigued him. And then the guy said, what's next steps? Now, Dan could have easily shown him the next steps. You know what he said? Watch the 2-minute video. He was showing the gentleman exactly what he would have to do, right, if he got involved. If Dan started to talk about the technology of the product and the compensation plan and start to draw circles and squares, the guy is interpreting that as what he would have to do. He goes, and I'm not going to do that. Here, watch the 2-minute video. The guy goes, okay. He watched the 2-minute video. He goes, okay, what's next steps? I'm going to do a 3-way call with somebody in my upline. He put me on a 3-way call. And he showed the person the process. And that person said at the end, I can do that. You see, so everything that we do, remember, the person's watching and asking themselves, do I want to do this? So the first thing is, the person that you are talking to needs to see that you're somewhat excited about what you're doing, right? If you're looking like you're in pain, okay, then obviously the person doesn't know about the call, right? I should put him on speaker. Okay, if he'll be the guy calling and go, so how do you invite people? Well, I just did that for an hour. Okay, so everything you're doing, guys, people are evaluating. So when we talk about the script, when we talk about the invite, okay, remember, this could be a phone call, this could be a text message. Okay, but I love the fact that we send out the text message, but at some point, you got to communicate with people. And it's all based on who you're talking to. So everything we want to do is with urgency. So you guys have all seen this because we close every presentation, okay, with this. Okay, have you seen the new wearable technology? Fox News said it's one of the top 5 products for 2017, and we are bringing it to the US. Would love your feedback. Okay, that's the initial here. That's the initial bait. And if somebody opens it and watches it, Okay, you know there's going to be some type of an interest. But I'm telling you, here's where the fallback is. If there's fallback, it's on the follow-up. We just think, a lot of us, that I'm going to send out these messages and everybody's going to go, oh my gosh, I love this. How do I sign up with a premium pack? No, there's got to be follow-up. And the follow-up has to be quick. You got to remember, guys, we're an ADD society. If people like it, okay, and they see it, and you're not on them very quickly, life sucks them back over. Even though they may have been intrigued, we got to move quickly with people. So the urgency is not within them, the urgency is within us. Okay, now, the whole idea when you do a phone call, okay, let's just use a phone call, and a lot of you guys have seen this training, okay? The whole message is you're busy. Be in a hurry, but catch up first. So if I'm doing a call, okay, and I'm saying, hey, Anne-Marie, have you seen this new wearable technology yet? No, Jeff, what is it? Well, Fox News says it's one of the top products for 2017. Listen, I'm calling you. I'm very excited, but I don't have a lot of time. But it was really important that I catch you. Okay, or it could be, listen, I have a million things going on, but I'm glad I caught you. Hey, Anne-Marie, I'm running out the door, but I need to talk to you real quick. Have you seen this new wearable technology? No, Lisa and I are so excited. We're bringing it into the market. Listen, I know you keep your business options open. If I send you a 2-minute video, would you watch it? See, I'm not leaving anything open for her to ask me questions. If this is my warmest of warm market, which is who I'm going to always talk to first, I could talk to people this way, right? See, if Anne-Marie and I are real close, she's not going to say, well, Jeff, what is it? Listen, girl, do me a favor. Watch this 2-minute video. See, sometimes you're on the phone way too long. You're giving them way too much information. Dial it back, get the information to their hands, and remove yourself. The video doesn't not say it all. And all you want them to know when they watch that video is, listen, there's an opportunity attached to this thing I'm sending you. And you're going to give it credibility with the Fox News, right? You're going to give it credibility because you're first to bringing it into the United States or wherever they live. And so now it has a whole new value. But the whole idea when you make a phone call is that you don't want to let people know that you're going to be there to answer all their questions. That is not your purpose. That is not the purpose. The purpose is to get the information into their hands. Okay? Now, this right here, I'm getting your head right. This is based on who you're talking to. Right? You know you have your chicken list, you have the people very close to you, and there's people that you know may be skeptical. Well, there's different approaches. Right? If I'm talking to somebody that I believe is above me in their earnings, right, or in their ego, okay, ego's a big thing. Listen, Steve, you've been wildly successful, and I've always respected the way you've done business. The sincere compliments, sincere. Or it could be, listen, you've always been so supportive of me, and I appreciate that so much. You're one of the most connected people I know. I've always admired that about you. The sincere compliment. Let's face it. If someone compliments you, doesn't that bring you closer to the person? Oh my God, I love your hair. Did you do something different? I love that outfit. People light up like a Christmas tree. You got to know what buttons to push with people. But once again, it has to be sincere. So if I'm talking to somebody, right, that I know has done very well financially, I've always said this. You've been wildly successful. I've always admired that and respected that. I would love you to understand a little bit more of what I'm doing. Okay, you guys, there's a lot of people out there that are on your list that will, if you ask them to, open up their contact base to you. If I was somebody, right? If I was your warm market, and you know I've done very well, and you know I control a group of people, right? Would you hit me with multi-level? Okay, or would you hit me with, listen, can you listen to what I'm doing, and maybe you can see how you could possibly help me? That could be an approach for some people, guys. And then what you do is you give them the information, let their ego take it where they want. Okay, I've told you the story. We brought in Greg Norman, who's worth $500 million in our last company. Okay, Greg Norman understood, okay, that he had a base of people. Now, he wasn't going to do home parties. He wasn't doing conferences. He wasn't doing Zoom meetings, but he had a group of people that he knew would love more money. And so he opened up his contact base. But you know how we got him? To show him the different products. And all he wanted to know is, what do you want me to do? I said, Greg, here's all I want you to do. I want you to say this, this, and this, and tell people you're working with some very successful people, and you want that person to take my call. That was it. And you know what it was? It was basically the structure I just showed you. Only it was a different product. It was coffee. Okay? So here's the same thing. If someone is very influential, I'd want them to say, listen, I just started a new project. Fox News says it's going to be one of the top products for 2017 within wearable technology. I know you need to make more money. I want you to talk to my friend. They're very successful. You may be interested. Do you see? So that person with influence could open a door for all of you. Would you work somebody's contact base for them? Of course you would. Of course you would. They're opening the doors. But watch what happens when one or two people get involved. Then they take it over. It's sort of like me with Lisa. Lisa got involved in network marketing. I was dead set against it. Well, when she proved that it worked, here I come. All right, baby. Now it's my business. Move on over after she proved it worked. See, sometimes you got to be the worker bee and get underneath it to get that person results. Well, some of you know these types of people, but the sincere compliment is going to bring people closer to you, right, in order for you to get them the information. Now, the invite. After I go through what I just went through with you, now you got to be excited, guys. The reason I'm calling is that I'm just getting started in a new business and I'm really excited about it. Tell them your why. Okay, now this is where you pull out. Okay, this is all very short. This is where you pull out what you know is going to attract them to your business. Okay, and I keep using Anne Marie, but if I'm talking to Anne Marie and I know that she's in my same type of a business, I'm gonna say, listen, Anne Marie, let me tell you why I'm doing this. I can't continue to do what I'm doing. My industry's changing. They changed my comp plan. I needed another source of income. Now, why did I pull that out? Because I know that's what she's facing. And she's gonna be nodding like she's nodding right now. So you gotta understand who you're talking to, right? You know my saying, right? Know the shot? Well, I know the shot with Anne Marie. I know the shot with Dawn Marie, Anne Marie, Dawn Marie. I know the shot with Shay Lisa. I know what they're facing because they're my warmest of warm market. So you just got to know, you got to be prepared. This is a 5-year-old company that is now launching into the US. The product they are launching into the US is a category creator. Here's why I'm excited. There's no competition. The marketing strategy is the easiest program I've ever seen. It is so simple. And the leaders I am linked to are making all kinds of crazy money in a very short period of time. Now, these are just points, enough to intrigue them. Okay? Now, if I would you? If I sent you a 2-minute video, because what did I just do here? I gave them a reason to get excited, right? Now I'm not going to go into it. I'm not going to talk about Hilo and the features. I'm not doing that. If I sent you a 2-minute video, would you watch it? If I invite you to a private insider Zoom meeting, would you attend? If I set up a special 3-way call with top people in the company, would you be able to get on it? If I would you? It's a question. You don't say, well, I'm going to send you this 2-minute video, or I'm going to send you the Zoom meeting. Here's the time. No, you got to ask the question first. I love these 3 questions. Now, I'm always going to lead people first and foremost to the 2-minute video. And then there's next steps, guys. You understand the leverage. Now, understand what this person is seeing. They're seeing somebody excited, and they're seeing a system. And then when they do get excited, they're going to always go back and go, wow. They're always going to remember how they were introduced, because that's what they're perceiving they have to do. And all they know is, wow, they sent me a 2-minute video. How many times do you guys, you know, when I do my presentations, I say, listen, there's 2 types of people on this call. There's people in the business, and there's people looking at the business. For the people in the business, here's what I always say. Listen to this information as if you had to go out there and do it. How many times do I not say the exact same thing? Exactly. Why? Listen to the message I am sending. I was working out at the gym, and I received a text message from somebody I respect a lot. Why do you think I say that? Simple. And because I respected the person, I opened it. Everything, every word I am saying is for a reason. I want people to understand the simplicity. I didn't say, listen, I've been involved for 24 years, and listen, here's what happened. This guy flew out to meet with me and Lisa, took me to a fancy dinner, and got me to meet the owners of the company. No, because what, is that duplicatable? Well, first of all, it's the truth. I did get a text message at the gym. I still have the text message. I'm going to keep that forever. Okay, because that's what intrigued me. But this is what people are watching every time you go out there and do it. So you know what I call it? Dummy down. Some of you are talking way too much. Dummy down means use and leverage the system. Because one of the biggest objections you're going to always get with people, tell me if I'm not right, is I don't have the time. Now, if you spent 2.5 hours with the person, what's he perceiving? I can't do that. This person took 2.5 hours just to tell me about the product. But if that person who says, I have no time, and all you really did was say, watch this 2-minute video, you know what they're going to say? The time objection's not going to come up. See, a lot of times, guys, we're creating the own objections, and when people disappear, we go, why did that happen? How did that happen? Why did that person not get involved with me? Well, maybe it's what you were representing. Maybe you weren't excited. Maybe you talked too much. And I'm just, guys, it's all about looking at what you've done to try to correct it. That's all. This is not about getting mad at anybody, but this is how I've learned. Because before I used to talk so much because that was see, sometimes salespeople struggle in this. Because I know, like Dan said, I love what Dan said to me yesterday. He goes, Jeff, I could close this guy in 5 minutes, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do what I normally do because that's not duplicatable. So he just took the person through the system. And this is what you want people to see. Okay? Now, confirmation 1. After you go through this, right? Would you? If I would you? When do you think you can watch the video? Here's what we're missing. A lot of you will be really good at this, right? Getting the information to them. But we don't set up, we don't set up the follow-up. Because we're so excited the person said, yeah, send me the 2-minute video, or they watched it. No, see, it's following completely through. Okay, Anne-Marie, if I sent you this, would you watch it? Yes, okay. Now, I'm gonna send it to you right now. When do you think you can watch this video for sure? Well, Jeff, I'm available right now. Okay, I'm sending it to you right now. It's 2 minutes long. I'm gonna call you in 3 minutes. How many of you guys have really ever done that? Okay, good. Well, why? Well, I wanna know what their excitement, if they liked it. It's gonna open up conversation, and it shows you're a business person. I'm not just here doing this. I'm serious about what I'm doing. Look at the value of this. I'm sending it to you because there's value here. There's urgency here. So if I called you on or in, you have watched it for sure, right? Because what if she says, well, let's see, I'm running out the door. Okay, I promise you, I'm gonna be back at the house in an hour, and I promise you I'll watch it then. No problem. So I'll call you in an hour and 10 minutes. It's that little next step that a lot of us don't do. You know how I know that? Because I know me. Okay, and I know exactly how I used to do it. Okay, so I know a lot of people face this. Schedule the next call. What is the best number and time to call? Confirmation 3. Okay, so if they say, well, it's tomorrow, okay, well, is this the right time and the right number to call you tomorrow? It's just scheduling, guys. It's taking that little next step. And then here's the key. Get off the phone. Stop talking. Very difficult. Because you think you want to regurgitate everything you know. Right? You start talking about things and you know what? You should guys try to do this. I did this once and I never did it again because I corrected everything. I recorded myself. And then Lisa would just look at me and go, you're still talking. And it was like 30 minutes later and I was still recording myself. And I was trying to impress myself, right, with everything I knew, but the person was just like glazed over. Give them the information, stop talking, let the system do what it does. These are a lot of things that people do, guys. So that's the invite, okay? And the whole idea, guys, is to keep it simple. We know the KISS system, right? Keep it simple, stupid. Okay, number 1, the approach, the invitation is a 2-minute video. Third-party tools, presentation. Third-party tools, you're not the reason, right? 3-way expert is the validation. Like I said, and this is what, Dan didn't need a 3-way call, but he's leveraging the system. Okay, it's just validation. Why not use it? Live webinars, events, confirmation. All of a sudden now, just look at the steps, guys. 2-minute video, maybe a 3-way call. Then all of a sudden they get on a Zoom meeting, there's hundreds of people on. That's confirmation. Wow, this is big. Wow, there's people on this call from Italy, Australia, Ireland, right? Canada, all around the world. This is real. See, this is how people make decisions. Okay, and then of course, once they get involved, then now all of a sudden they start to see this. Now this is what keeps them in. This is why we do what we do Monday through Friday. Because I know what a lot of you faced. If you went out, if you're taking this journey, I know that a lot of you got beat up yesterday, right? And now here we are in the morning going, hey, don't worry about all that. That's just part of the journey. Let's do a new train. So it re-excites you. That's the duplication. That's why we have training. So just keep it simple, guys. Okay, keep it, but take that next step of getting the confirmation is what I see the biggest thing. But the other part of it is, I'm just going to go back, okay? The other part is the sincere compliment and getting people on your chicken list. Your chicken list could open a lot of doors for you, a lot of doors, okay? But you'd be surprised how many people who have a lot of money want to jump into this. You got to understand, making money for people who have it is a hobby. Okay, it's what it is. That's what they do. They make money. And if they have another vehicle that they can make money with, watch what happens. I was on a phone call yesterday with a guy that has hundreds of radio stations. Okay, multi-million dollar earner. Okay, and I just told him what we're doing. I let his mind go. He started telling me all the different things. And I didn't say a word. His ego took over. Okay, that's what you want. All you want to do is give these types of people the information, let them take it. I know this guy, I know that guy, I know. Great. See, those are the ones that could open up the world to you. So just don't pre-qualify those types of people, guys. Okay? So with that, let me see what we got here with looks like there's a lot of questions. The guy you were hearing about 3 about joining yes. Oh, these are ideas. Gotcha. All right, so guys, remember tomorrow is testimonials. Tomorrow is open mic. I'd love you guys to share a story, right, where you are, to just sort of like Lonnie did. Only I really interviewed Lonnie, right? What'd you find out about Lonnie yesterday? I mean, wasn't that great? He owns a Dairy Queen, right? He has a farm and he has multiple streams of income. Okay, this is what I want people to know, the type of people that are on this call. We have almost 90 people on these calls now. Okay, let's hear it. And let's hear a story that went well, maybe a call, maybe how you got someone started. Okay, I want the team to hear what's going on out there. And then we could also make corrections. You may ask questions. How would you handle this? How would you handle that? That's what Open Mic Friday is all about. Okay, so it's 7:40. Since I have nothing else to say, I'm signing off. Shay, Lisa, Dawn Marie, call me back. This has been recorded. Thanks, guys. Appreciate all of you. Take care.